there's an open plot.
There is a coffin there.
Open grave and what we believe to be human bone fragment, because they believe that there were too many ghosts here. So what exactly did you see?
Shadow figure.
This area is way more spooky. Is that bone?
That is definitely a bone, yeah.
That looks like a bit of bone, right?
Yeah.
Hi guys, thank you for tuning into AmysCrypt. I am currently in Bangkok, Thailand, and I have made my way to a very haunted Chinese cemetery, which is right behind me, and I'm excited to check it out because it has some cool stories, so let's go. That was a f***ing snake.
Blurry, hang on.
That was definitely a snake. That was a big, I don't know what breed, it was a big black snake, so. Cool.
And look what we wore today. Flip-flops.
Okay, so I'm just about to take you into the formal area of the cemetery and I'll explain that section, which is supposed to be haunted. This section also is, but we were looking forward to exploring it. It's a lot more overgrown, it is not maintained, it is completely open to the public, and it looks very, very spooky. But we just seen a big bloody black snake slithering through all of the plants, and we both wore thongs today because it's super hot and muggy in Thailand, so I don't know that we're going to be able to go heaps far into this bit of the cemetery. That scares me. Alright guys, we actually just got into the cemetery, which is now a public park, and I'll explain how that's all come about. But I can see that this area of the cemetery is much larger and more expansive than what is outside, and you can kind of see the graves behind me. They are a lot more maintained and looked after, and there's a whole lot of things to explore here and look at. So. Alright, so within the cemetery we have a little coffee cafe, and then we have a Muay Thai gym. There's a full gym in here. It's crazy. We'll walk along. As we just entered this large section of graveyard, we were walking along one of the aisles through all the graves, and we've noticed that there's an open plot. So it's very overgrown in that as well. I don't see a body or a coffin or anything. It looks like there's quite a bit of water in the grave. I don't know why it would be open or anything like that, but it's a little bit odd. Too scared to go through now because of the snake. There's got another open one here. This one you can kind of see in. Alright, they go Jared, Cam, you want to get in?
No way.
Yeah, just bring, I'm curious if there's a coffin in there or something. Can you bring the night shot on?
Mm-hmm. There is a coffin there.
There is?
Yeah. Creepy.
Okay, so walking through the cemetery, that is the second open grave that we've seen. This one you can actually see the coffin in. That tells me a few things. For one, it's kind of dangerous in here, so we really need to watch where we're stepping. I don't know that it's robbery kind of stuff. I highly doubt that's the case. I'm not sure why they would be like exhumed. This one looks like maybe it just fell through. The other one looks like maybe the body was exhumed, but I I'm really not too sure about it. It does give the place that extra creepy touch though, the fact that these are just open. Yeah. There's a little Buddha in this tree as well. It's quite cute. This tree is crazy, man. This root system's just bringing up everything around it. The footpath and some of the graves. I guess it's a pretty old tree. I really want to give you a bit of background information on the history and the alleged hauntings of this cemetery, which is known as the Teochew Cemetery. Basically, it was created in the very, very early 1900s, and it was a place here in Thailand where Chinese immigrants could all be buried and be buried together. As you can see, there were quite a lot of interments here, but in the 1990s, the cemetery started to fall into disrepair and actually became a very feared place here in Bangkok. The reason being, people believed that it was very, very haunted. So as the cemetery fell into disrepair, it started to break and decay, people became more scared of it, and there was a lot of ghost sightings here, to the point that apparently taxi drivers refused to pick up or drop off anyone in the area because they believed that there were too many ghosts here. There was also thought to be quite a bit of negative energy surrounding the area, and it became such a problem here in Bangkok that authorities thought, you know, let's change this and do something about it. So the cemetery was actually converted into a public park. So you guys would have seen as we came in, there's a gym, there's a basketball court, there's a lot of other facilities here that are wound into the cemetery itself. There's kind of graves scattered all throughout the park, and we're going to go explore that and see where they are. Now, even though the park is here, many people believe that that has kind of created a bit more of a happy environment for the spirits. The spirits remain, they're just a lot less negative. So that leads me to wonder and think about the spirits that of the graves that we encountered at the front of the park. They're left just in a bit of decay. They're not really cared for, they're really neglected, which you could have seen how overgrown they were. So I wonder if there's maybe some hanging around out there. Nevertheless, we're going to hang around until tonight and try and do some paranormal investigating, of course. You guys are going to see that in my part 2 video, which will be up very soon, so if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe. Today we're going to do a bit more of exploring and see what we can uncover around the park itself. So one thing I have just noticed is there's a lot of these bricks or stones on top of the graves. You can see one over there too. I don't actually know what that is for. If anybody knows the reason, please leave me a comment. All I'm thinking is maybe you burn incense under it or something. I don't know. Alright, so we're not even that far into the park, and there's a lot of different places here. We've got basketball courts, a playground, possibly badminton court over here, I'm not really sure. Then we also have behind me a massive temple or shrine, and I did just miss it, but there was prayer coming over a big loudspeaker all throughout the park just before, so that's something pretty cool to be listening to here in Bangkok, Thailand. Whoa, there's so many more graves over here. Right now, I'm sitting here at, well, what I believe is a chess table. I don't know that much about chess, but we've got 2 tables here. Just over here we have a nice like public picnic dining area, food prep space. And then behind me is more cemetery. And it's just interesting to me when I travel. I love to investigate the paranormal from different cultural and social perspectives. But the same thing with cemeteries. Cemeteries are completely different all around the world. They all, you know, share similar aspects, but it's just really cool and unique. This isn't something I would encounter back home, is, you know, coming somewhere for leisure or a bit of competition or to picnic at a graveyard. Like graveyards back home are usually, you would just go there to pay respects to a loved one. You don't actually hang out there. And I mean, even when I was in Mexico and parts of Central America, I mean, graveyards seemed like a more happy place where all of the graves were painted bright pastel colors, and families would actually come on the weekend and picnic at the gravesite of a family member. You know, they're still spending time with their family there. So I don't know, it's just very different and really cool to learn about. I don't know if anyone watching is from Thailand or maybe China, and you can shed some light on this for me in the comments. It's just something that I find really intriguing. So we're in a different part of the cemetery, and the graves in this area actually, I mean, to me they look a bit newer and more modern. They're all pretty much exactly the same, all lined up. Some of them have photos on them, some of them have little areas of offerings or to, you know, burn incense, I assume, things like that. But yeah, there's a lot of them, just like here in the middle of this park. I've never visited a park like this before. So this one has a witch's broom. This one has a kitty.
I'm calling that one Salem.
Salem?
Except
Hello.
it's white. Isn't Salem black?
Oh, I'm not here to hurt you. Hello, darling. Yep, so pretty.
Dare to pat him.
You dare me? Oh, good kitty. Good kitty. I'll leave you alone now. I wonder if he knew the owner or the person in this grave. What do you think happened to that one?
Incense burnout.
You reckon?
Incense burnout.
Oh, check out this guy. It's making me feel guilty. So there's another shrine here as well. And this one looks cool. It looks like they actually set it, you know, light that shit up. I don't know if I should be... Wow, they really have lit it up. Look. So much so the bloody gate fell off. What'd you find?
This part here is all overgrown and there's a bridge down here to get to it.
Overgrown what? Oh, graves. Whoa, man. This was a big cemetery. Well, still is. There's the water. You trust this bridge?
I think so, but it's a bit rusty.
This is just like mad holes. Okay, we made it across. So this part is massively overgrown, but parts of it aren't. So this part here, just to my side, these have definitely had some love compared to this one. And we have just seen a guy up here kind of working on the area, so he's probably helping to restore the place. Like maybe they're going to redo this whole part of the cemetery to mirror the other side where it's neat, it's not overgrown, like it's just had a bit of love, bit of respect to it. So it's so cool in here. We've just come towards the back of that overgrown area and they've done such a fantastic job already. You can see that they've uncovered so many graves here. There's a lot to go, which is crazy. You can sort of see the overgrowth here behind me. But this is all right in the middle of the city of Bangkok. So we got, I don't know, some kind of shrines here, some skyscrapers around me, all sorts. These look like housing over here. And there's just this overgrown, covered, you know, cemetery. A lot of it you can't even see. It's like that overgrown. It's nuts. So it's nice that they're bringing them back to life in a way, you know.
Not literally speaking.
Yeah. What's cool to note as well by these graves is this little waterway. So one of the big beliefs about spirits is they can use water as almost a conductor of energy, and they say a lot of the most haunted places are always near waterways or a water source. So I kind of like that there's this water channels just all flowing through the park and the cemetery.
On me. But shit, how did it get on the side of my foot?
Not happy.
That's disgusting.
Hey, at least it's on your foot.
Well, maybe not. Did it get on my back as well?
I don't know. I don't see any on you. It's okay. Could have been on your face.
Disgusting.
This area is way more spooky. It's getting, it looks older, less symmetrical, more ruined and more overgrown. These have all been burnt, I think. You can see how hollow this tree is, and this one, and this one. I guess that's, they could just fall over at any moment, so we should move. I think we're right near the back of the cemetery, and people are actually living here with, you know, the view, their backyard is a cemetery. I'm going to call it a cemetery jungle because it's so overgrown and cool looking. And I've just spotted one of the graves has a big, great hole in it. So maybe we should go and check that out. It looks really spooky in there, and it looks like there's maybe pots or something in there for some reason. There's definitely snakes in there. Oh dear. Just don't. What's that?
What?
Is that a piece of bone?
What?
This.
Oh, that is a bone. Oh yeah. Okay, there are bones.
Is that bone?
That is definitely a bone, yeah.
That looks like a bit of bone, right?
Yeah. Just watch where you stepped in.
Yeah, I don't see anything else.
Okay.
Honestly, this one looks empty.
Robs, you reckon?
It's odd. I've seen a couple with these big holes at their base, just like this one. And I mean, they look old. I don't know why it would be opened for any reason. It's peculiar. There's two buckets in here. A smaller one here, and right at the very back there's quite a large bucket. So I don't know what we should be. Me, there's little fire ants everywhere. Are they fire ants?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Ow. Go in. So I mean, that was creepy. We seen an open grave and what we believe to be human bone fragment. So I'm really not sure what the deal with that is, but it's creepy. Alright guys, now we just got to the karaoke stage. Yes, this park slash cemetery has a karaoke stage. And we've also just reached this field of many, many more graves, and it's just remarkable how many there are here. I didn't expect it to actually be this big. I just got really scared. I walked into this shrine and there's a big black dog on the floor. I didn't even see it when I came in.
Have a look. Is it a dog or a pig?
It's a dog.
Have a look. It's a big dog. Jesus.
It is.
I thought it was a pig.
No, Jared. This is kind of at the very back, very, very back of the cemetery. Or one of its back corners. And I believe these are where cremated people would be stored. And a lot of them are broken open. I don't know if they were just never sealed or they've been broken open. Some of them are sealed. And it looks like maybe there's some offerings or other things stored on these shelves over here. Got these huge pots down here. Big spider too. I believe this is its lid. It's more ants. There's so many of them. They're all the way along here and over here.
What's behind him?
I don't know. Is there more?
Oh, there is. There's more.
Whoa. Someone's bed.
Keep going.
Oh, there's the roosters. I can hear.
That was the chickens area. Yeah, I think this is where someone keeps their chickens. Let's go.
Yeah.
In the corner of my eye, I seen a guy standing over here, but it's probably nothing. It's probably just...
Probably a real dude.
Well, look, the sun's shining in my face.
There is a lot of people around. Was it a jogger?
No. No, there's no one around here.
There's a lot of joggers.
Standing here next to this. Standing here like this. It was like he was leaning, but I don't think you can lean on this.
No.
Standing here. Probably nothing. It's only funny enough.
So what exactly did you see?
Just a shadow figure. Just like corner of my eye, looked like it was a guy standing there.
You swear by it? Do you believe it was a ghost? What do you
Sun
think
was
it
shining
was?
in my eyes. It was probably just...
Sun shining in your eyes?
Yeah.
And you're in a creepy haunted cemetery, so you thought that you seen something?
It's not that creepy. There's bloody karaoke bars and a...
I don't know, you look out here and this looks
gym.
creepy.
Well, this part's quieter, yeah.
And we did see that bone.
That is true. Do you reckon that bone belonged from that grave that had the hole in it?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it wasn't even human.
That was human bone. It looked like the bone that
reckon?
connects.
Like your spine or something.
Nah, I was thinking more. Yeah, I don't know.
Vertebrae.
Skeleton doctor.
You're not medical at all. Don't act like you know what you're on
It
about.
looked like a human bone. No, I've seen human bones. At Lenoria, we've seen human bones. I've seen what they look like.
Catacombs.
Real human bones where I've seen them. So.
This might be the coolest looking part. This looks like some kind of zombie apocalypse. That karaoke is so loud. We're going up this big shrine surrounded by these water fountains, and it's really lovely. This park has everything. Everything. This one is spooky. We've seen a lot of trees growing up alongside the tombstones. And it looks like it's getting its water source from within the grave.
Do you think this is the most overgrown cemetery you've ever seen?
Maybe. Highgate Cemetery in London's pretty overgrown too. This one's kind of bad though. Parts of it. It's like a real jungle in here. How's that? Let's say hello. How did you die? Can you tap? What's that? It said that the spirits were disgruntled with the state of their cemetery. At this point we are just waiting to lose sunlight and the karaoke to stop so that we can do some paranormal investigating. If you are interested in seeing that, make sure to hit subscribe. I'll have a part 2 video dropping really soon. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. If you're looking for a bit more reading on haunted places that I've visited, head to amyscrypt.com. And remember guys, until next time,